Check real quick before we start. I don't think it's plugged in there. It's not I think it's very good. Do it down. So if you do it down check, I want to make sure it's working so we don't know our rough.
One, two, check, 1, 2.
Yeah, that would do.
Eso no se preocupe,
Oh, it does work, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pues mira ya, pero no, estamos bien, bien. ¿Y tú? Bien, también. Qué bueno. Are we ready? Yeah. Okay. Sí. Okay. You want? One up. It's Sipanap. I want to welcome everybody to this event. We call it Indigenous Peoples Day. Day for us every day. Hold on a second. We're having some microphone questions. Keep turning on and off. Yeah. Let's try this one. 1, 2. Bienvenidos todos a nuestro día en que celebramos el Día Indígena. Welcome everybody to this day that we celebrate as People's Day. It is a great day a day that we have been celebrating here at Delta College for some 24 years. Before we get started, I want to yield to La Maestra, one of our elders, Linda Medina, which will be doing the Four Directions ceremony.
Sali Señalitzli. Welcome, precious family. Bienvenidos, familia preciosa. First of all, I'd like to thank Delta College, Professor Moreno, and all your staff, and all the people who have come together to make this day once again recognized. They push us back, and we surface. They tried to hold us down, and we came up. They said that the condor and the eagle will fly. We have been flying just out of their range. They didn't know where we were at. We were above their radar, never under. We were above their radar. And the new people and the new community will bring it all together once again. I hope I'm able to see that. And we ask that Creator bless this day and bring all the good energies from Creator, from Mother Earth, from the four directions, from our fire, our water, our air, and our land, is what it's all about. Tlazo Kamatli.
Chipitote, come, toco come. Escatotlapaloles, in Huistlampa, Chaneque. Y tratamos Pasili Huistlampa. Xochipilli, Atecocolis, yay! Escatotlapaloles in Mixlampa, Chaneque. Y tratamos Pasili Mixlampa. Descaldipoca. Nawi, Atecocolis. Canto tapalolis, intonatio, chaneque. Y tratamos pansili tonatio, tata tonatio. Aquili! Atacoli!
My name is Jonathan Sanchez. I got my Aztec name as Willie Lisley, which means power, capacity, and ability, and Tochtli, which means rabbit. We're going to be, or we have been representing our indigenous, our culture, our ancestors' culture since I remember, trying to keep it alive every 11, October 11, but sometimes we say that we shouldn't just be celebrating it one day, but every day. Just as I said, sometimes why do we celebrate our Mom's Day, the Mother's Day, just on one day, if all year long they're our mothers, you know? Mm-hmm. Be constant. That's the way you're gonna keep your culture alive. Not be ashamed of it, not be embarrassed, because in our own culture, on our Mexican culture, we minimize people by saying them, hey, look at the Indio, talking about indigenous people. And when we say that, it's like humiliating somebody. So I've said many times, you really don't know where you're coming from or what your roots are, you really don't know where you're gonna go to. So that's the way you're gonna actually keep your culture alive, not being ashamed of it. I think every time we turn on the smoke, every time we go and share our danzas, every time we go and dance and do an offering, it's a special opportunity to learn something. Personally, the energy, it's always, we always get the energy from the people around, not just from the inside to the outside, but actually from the outside people who's watching, they bring us or they give us energy. So that's something that really calls my attention every time we're gonna dance. I'll be like, what am I gonna learn today? Not just like, I might learn or I might feel, no, it's always like, what am I gonna be able to feel today? What are they gonna bring today? Yeah.
Some of the people that you see here dedicate their lives to the traditions and the heritage of the indigenous people. I mentioned Maestra Medina, who does the blessing at the beginning of these events. I want to mention Jonathan El Venado, who's here with the Aztec dancers in the tradition, because when we talk about indigenous people, we're talking about people where the Inca and the Quechua people, the Tupac Amaru, to the Mayan, to the Aztecs, all the way up to the Black Hills with Great Tatanka, Sitting Bull. So we talk about all of our indigenous brothers and sisters who were out there, our ancient elders, right? Who remind us of who we are and where we are and where we're going. The dance is sacred. I want people to understand that. That is why we start with the dance, because it is a blessing. It reminds us of who we are and where we come from. If you are not the dance was forbid by the United States government. You could not dance, you could not grow your hair, you could not talk your language. Forbidden. So when you see dance, you see something that is sacred. It is a form of resistance. It is a form of affirmation. So let us understand those things. I also want to recognize that we will have Shadowhawk, Val Shadowhawk, who has been coming to Delta College. And I recently looked at it for some 24 years. Rain or shine, my good friend Val Shadowhawk has been here, and we've done it in the rain. We do not stop. So I want to recognize Mr. Shadowhawk for being here, and he would be dancing with us soon. We have a special speaker, Waylon Coates, who is with us as well, Awanichi, and will be our special guest speaker. Having said that, I want to introduce Lydia Macy. On September 21st, the Board of Trustees voted unanimously on a land acknowledgment. What that means is that from here in perpetuity, San Joaquin Delta College, in the resolutions, has committed itself to reading this land acknowledgement, recognizing the Yakuts, the Miwok, and over 200 nations that lived, loved, raised their children, and are buried in unmarked and marked places here in this land. So having said that, for the first time being read is the resolution that was voted on. Please.
Thank you, Professor Moreno. It's really an honor and a privilege to be here. We acknowledge that San Joaquin Delta College serves students and the community on the unceded ancestral homeland of Indigenous peoples, including the Yokuts, the Plains Miwok, the Patwin, and the Nisenan. This land remains inseparable from the Aboriginal stewards. As guests, we recognize that we benefit from living and working on their traditional homeland, and we wish to pay our respects by acknowledging the ancestors, elders, relatives of the Yokuts, Plains Miwok, Patwin, and Nisenan, including by affirming their sovereign rights as First Peoples. We remain grateful of the rich culture, languages, contributions, and heritage of the First Nations people who lived here and loved here, who raised their families here, who cared for the land and life here, who are buried in many marked and unmarked places here, and who remain here despite acts of genocide, assimilation, and forced removal. Let us honor them, this land, and all life in our thoughts, words, and actions in this place. Thank you.
Muchas gracias. Thank you, Lydia Macy. Lydia Macy was a co-advisor for Talking Spirits here, a club for Indigenous and Native students. So I want to thank her for all the work that she does. I have a special guest also, the Spanish professor from San Joaquin Delta College. And I'm calling him forward because he's always been a strong advocate for Native and Indigenous people and for dreamers. And he is constantly in the fight for social justice here at Delta College. I'd like to bring him forward to share some thoughts. Buenos dias. Good morning, everyone. Well, first of all, let me thank Professor Moreno for, his active involvement in the indigenous movement, Chicano movement, So muchas gracias to Professor Moreno for this 24 years of doing Indigenous Peoples Day at San Joaquin Delta College. I was a student myself of Delta College, and so I remember when I was a student watching and learning about Indigenous people here at our community college. And so today, what I'm gonna do is I want you guys to learn a song. And I wanna do it in Nahuatl, in Espanol, and then in English. So I'm gonna speak in the Mexica language, right? From the Mexica people, from the people of the belly bottom of the moon, right? That's what Mexica means. And so I'm gonna use in Xochitl, in Cuicatl, which in Espanol we say floricanto. In English is flower and song. So when our indigenous, our Mexica ancestors will recite something, especially a poem, they would sing it, right? And so let me start with this song, with this poem in Xochitl in Cuicatl. Xiquiyehuay Xochitl, Xiquiyehuay Panoyolo, Pampanimitz-Tlazotla, Pampanimitz-Tlazotla. Inayuloy Panoyolot. So I want to invite Señora Medina to come and sing with me because I know she knows this song. And then we do it in Espanol, then we do it in English. Vámonos. And then you tell us what that means in our indigenous ancestors.
Cuida esta flor, cuídala por favor, porque lo queremos con todo el corazón. Take care of this flower, take care of it, please, for me, because we love you with all our hearts. The purpose of Miwok is number one, to bring the non-Nahuatl and non-Spanish speakers together so you understand that we have one purpose, and it's to continue to pray and to continue ceremony and to continue our energy for the purpose of our people. Not just Nahuatl, not just Mexica, not just all of our people of this world, all of our people. And the purpose is socially on their parts. So remember, before you let something ugly come out of you, remember that song.
Yes. Well, that's it. Thank you, everyone, and hopefully in this Indigenous Peoples Days for you. Muchas gracias, Tlaxocamati, to everyone, and pass it on to Professor Moreno.
Don't leave, Mr. Aguilar. You would stay for just a second.
So we have a special recognition for Mr. Aguilar for all the things that he's done, and just the years that he has been here has made such a dramatic impact on this campus, and he puts his students first and his heritage and his cultura right up front as a shield. So we are proud of the things that he... An Eagle Warrior here at San Joaquin Delta College. And so from Montalban, from the land of Montalban, there's a special jade Eagle Warrior that we brought for him. So we have our keynote speaker, Mr. Wayland. He's also been a strong supporter of moving the resolution here at Delta College. He was here at the board meeting, advocating on behalf of the land acknowledgement. So let's welcome Mr. Wayland.
My name is Waylon Coates. I'm coming down to help Val and the young boys dance. I'm going to be one of the singers, and I'm also representing the California people as a Miwok from Yosemite and Paiute from Mono Lake. Well, it means a lot to me as I grew up on Sierra Priest Rancheria that's located right outside Yosemite National Park. I was raised in a traditional household by my grandparents and my father, and we still value our traditional ways even to this day. I think just today we're just going to do like social powwow songs, and it's more like it's just songs for gathering, coming together and in a good way, and then sending out prayers. That's why we wear these. You'll see did different dances out there wearing feathers. We wear those feathers for because they take our prayers up into the sky world. So.
Hello.
Hello, my name is Waylon. I come from Yosemite. I'm Miwok, Yoka. And I want to say thank you. Get everybody together. I'm going to sing 2 songs. One's like a welcoming song. The song we're going all the way up from the mountain, all the way down here to the back. Far, far, far. It's a trade route song. Yo, Yakiman, down, down, Oaxaca, down, Yakiman, down, down, Oaxaca, down, Yakiman, yo, Yakiman, down, down, Oaxaca, down, Yakiman, down, down, Oaxaca, down, Yakiman, yo, Yakiman, down, down, Oaxaca, down, Yakiman, down, down, Oaxaca, down, Yakiman, yo, Yakiman, down, down, Oaxaca, down, Yakiman, down, down, Oaxaca, down, Yakiman, high on the way. One more song I'll sing. It's an acorn song. So the acorn for all California people is very, very precious. How we made it through hard times. It was one of our staple food groups, and it just so happens that right now is gathering season for our acorns, and you'll see us up in the mountains coming up. I go out with my grandparents, my grandmother when I was a boy, and help her gather. And I still help her make acorn, and she's 95. And we still make acorn, and we still do our traditional foods. And so the first fall just happened. If you walk around some trees, you'll see some acorns on the ground. And don't gather them because they usually have like worms and stuff. So it's kind of that's for the animals to eat. And then the second fall is for the human beings. And they only take what you need. And so we'll be making some more acorn coming up. And so I just want to sing this acorn blessing song as it's coming into our acorn season. Hi, hi, oh, hi, hi, oh, hi, hi, oh, hi. There it is. Hi, hi, oh.
Well, my name is Val Shadowhawk, and I am the announcer speaker for this event, and have been for the past 24 years. To showcase our indigenous cultures here at this college is to talk about, first of all, the Yokuts people. They're the people that this land is on, and then we branch out from there. Another nation that's really important to the people here is the Yaqui, which comes from Mexico. There's a lot of Yaqui people here that live in the valley that worked in that work in the fields and that actually have a history here going back before when California was still just a territory. They were here coming out of Mexico on their trade routes. So we talk about that, and we talk about the many different people that come here today, like myself, who came here from the Midwest on the Powwow Trail, and wound up liking it and staying. So we keep our cultures alive today in various ways. Doing events such as this one is one. For the California people, like the Yokuts, they go into the roundhouse and they do their ceremonies in there, and that's it's an indoor ceremonial house. For those of us who are powwow people, we go on the powwow trail, and that's practically, there's a powwow in every state, including Hawaii, at least once a week. I have one coming up this weekend in Coarse Gold, and down there that's the Mono people, or Num as they call themselves. That'll be all weekend long. And so that's a gathering of people where we have our traditional dances, our traditional meals. People get together and socialize, dance, celebrate, feast, and so we're keeping it going that way these days. I want to let people know while they're watching us here, please don't use the word Indian when you're referring to yourself if you're indigenous, whether you're indigenous people of South America, Central America, Alaska, the upper 48, Canada, or I have relatives out of Canada, Saskatchewan, among the Cree Nation. We're First Nations, but our old word, the original word for the people is Panasi. We never told Columbus we were Indians. We're Panasi people, P-N-A-C-I. That's a very important, that connects us to our past, no matter what our language differences or cultural differences between each nation and tribe. We're Panasi people, indigenous people. Okay, we're not done with Waylon here. How about that singing? He's got a voice, huh? I want to give a shout out to two friends out there, Luis and Luna. There they are. Also, they have an indigenous program that they're beginning to put together, just like our indigenous recovery program here with Gerald Arnett and company over to my left, out of Stockton. Here in Stockton, this valley here, you know, the man that you just heard singing, that comes from the roots of this place, Yokuts. He's not only Yokuts, but he's also Awanichi Paiute from Yosemite. I didn't say Yosemite, but Yosemite. Words are everything. There's a lot of power to what we are and who we're about. Our speak, our tongue, our language. When we speak it from the heart, people feel that. Just like when you hear Professor Moreno speak, he's from his solar plexus. Jonathan, when he drums, from his solar plexus, he's got that eagle medicine, so I relate to my brother. I am Mikyuk Shuye, Pita Utuk, red-tailed hawk, shadow, or shadow hawk. That's Blackfoot language. Siksika. I'm also Atsina, which is Plains Cree, and Choctaw, and also Missouri. So 4 tribes. Not California, but I have a strong connection with the folks here in this area, particularly you, especially you good people here in the Central Valley, and also my Mexica brothers and sisters, because I have cousins who are Mexica too. Their last name Leon, originally out of Tijuana. So I got relations everywhere, even way down in Trinidad there, where my grandpa came from. He was one of the people that actually met Cristobal Columbus. You know, long ago, 24 years ago, we won't even mention him, but we used to actually do this as, you know, to make sure that we own who we are because of that word that he called us. I'm going to tell you about it. We're not Indians, we're Panasi people, so just remember that. When you see it on YouTube, don't be writing in your comments, those are some cool Indians. I'm going to correct you, because we're not Indians. If we were, we'd be proud to be that, but we're not. We're indigenous, but the old word for the red race, brown people too, is Panasi. So say that with pride. We're Panasi people. We never told him, I won't mention his name, that we were Indians. Okay. Anyway, so we're going to set up the drum. We have a smaller group here. This year, we were anticipating some of our girls out of the Villapando family. They come from Chivas, one of the older neighborhoods in Stockton here. I can't say that too loud in front of Jonathan. That gets him going. Anyway, long story short, they're not here today, but that's okay. We're going to go with who we have. We're the Native Young Eagle Spirit Drum and Dance Group out of Stockton and Lodi. I have two of my boys here, Wyatt and Tristan Rodolfi. They've come here now for the past 6-7 years. They've kind of grown up in here in this area. When they first came here, they were just little guys, and now they're getting big, 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 big. Little brother looks like big brother, by the way. He's a big dude. But they're both grass dancers. Big brother, elder brother, also plays football at his high school. What's the school you play for, Tristan? What's the school you play for? Tokay. This is his second year there, and he actually, what position do you play? Receiver. He's a wide receiver. Us tall, skinny guys make wide receivers, don't we? Yeah. Anyway, we're going to have some songs for you from the powwow cultures. As indigenous people, you can see there's many different ways we express ourselves. Here again, you heard some California singing from the original people right from here, the Yokuts. So all you indigenous California people right now are going to respect you, because we are my brother here, Waylon, who's singing the songs that way that he learned from his grandpa's grandpa out of the Awanichi people, and also they were partly Yokuts from here. So let's give them a big, oh! I can't hear you. Say it from your heart center. Oh! Oh, that's better.
So, what me and my brother do, we do is the Omaha, or the grass dance, and we just so basically what we have all these ribbons for is we signify as when the grass is moving, and back in the day the natives used to with the tall grass, and they used to pen it down so they could put their camps up and stuff. So yeah, we just mostly do just their moves and move like how the grass would. We all have different dances though.
We're going to bring our boys in here now with an introduction, a little grand entry. So it'll be those two, and then I'll dance with them in a little bit. Waylon here also is studying to become an archaeologist, and he won't tell you, but I'm going to tell you what his future is, because he's going to wind up running for tribal chair, and then a vice chair, and then tribal chair later for his tribe at Yosemite soon, next year sometime. So he'll be going over that way to take on bigger challenges soon, this young man right here. He's a dad. He's also a veteran. Okay, so he served in the Iraq War in Afghanistan. He was a sniper. And he's also a former hotshot, native firefighter. So he's an EMT, first responder, and all that stuff. Got to brag on you a minute, man. I'm real proud of my association with this young man. Critical care paramedic. Okay, he corrected me. Critical care paramedic. I don't get it right all the time. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to put this microphone over here, and we're going to get our boys in for a grand entry song. Powwow style. We're going to eventually bring a powwow back here, according to my friend Mario Moreno. Soon, maybe within the next year, we'll have a powwow. They used to do one here years ago. We're going to be looking at organizing a powwow here soon. And that's why I want to introduce you to my friend Luis and Luna there, because they're going to be helping us with that. They're also involved with some putting on gatherings here in this area, so you hear about them. With that title, Indigenous. There's Luis right there. Thank you, brother. Give it up for the Native Young Eagle Spirit Young and Drum and Dance Group.
There ain't no room up here.
You want to go down there then? No, they want to stay up here right on the drum.
We can dance at.
We'll keep them right here. Okay, so straight one.
Yeah, what we're singing. You want to do a grand entry song?
Yeah, grand entry song. It's a straight one. All right, that'll get you fired up, won't it? That's what those songs are about. That's powwow style. That's an Algonquin word for the gathering. Words mean everything. The dance in Algonquin language or Cree language or Ojibwe language is nimikon, to dance. Animikon, to dance. These are animiko. They're the male dancers, grass dancers. We got a grass dance song for you boys, 2 of them. Got different styles in this dance while they're catching their breath. The dress that you're looking at, the clothing they're looking at. The top knot, what the California people call top knot, we call a wapesha. Our California relatives call it a top knot. We have our Mexica dancers, they wear something similar to headgear. Teskali? Testemek? Teskemet. Thank you. A headgear. That particular headgear is made out of porcupine hair and deer hair. And wapesh, that's grass in Lakota language. Wapesha. Peishi is grass. Wapesha like the grass when they move. And the wind blows through those like the grass. And the eagle brings that medicine with it. That flies higher than any other creation, other animal in creation, and takes our prayers. So it's a prayer. It's a prayerful dance. There you go, Tahu. Thank you. Yeah, it sounds like the one it's supposed to. That's the call of the eagle. And hawk is eagle's little brother. In the Blackfoot we say pita, and also for hawk it's mishuk shuye pita, which is little brother of the eagle. But pita is the eagle. When we talk about the eagle, you look on that flag of Mexico, you're looking at a true eagle, or pita. It doesn't have a white head like the Masonic one they're called eagle. That's not really a true eagle anyway. That's a buzzard. That's not an eagle. The eagle is golden. It's got the golden hair, the golden brown feathers from head to toe, and the feathers that go from the knee all the way through to the feet. That's a true eagle. Eagle. That's it. I don't need a microphone to do that, but that's the sound. There you go. When you have that medicine, it comes through. Yeah. You feel that? Yeah. Okay. But anyway, so that's explaining it. And we have words for things. And sometimes there are no words that are adequate to explain certain things. But the drum, I'll use Blackfoot words. The drum is estukiman. And the singers are estukimana. And when we sing something really good, it's esokap, esokap. That's for a good song. Stukimane sokap. So those words mean everything. People, in Blackfoot, nitsitapi. Nitsitapi. In Cree, people is kokyok. Do you know that's the same language family, but they branched off from each other and they had different dialects to say things? I know over in northern Mexico, you got the Nahuatl language going, but there's like 50 dialects or more of that language. That's amazing. And you got the root language, but then it branches off, and because of different things that happen, they all have a different way of expressing it. And sometimes there are no words to express adequately how you feel about something. But okay, I gave the boys enough time to catch their breath, or if I give them too much time, they're going to take a nap on me. So get up, guys. We're going to dance some more right now. Dance. We're going to give you a grass dance song. If we have a song with words, we'll explain it to you. Right now, we've been singing songs so far, like that Grand Entry song. It's a vocable with no words. But you feel the song. So you ready for another one, folks? All right. Do it again. There we go, got it. Right on the rim first. Yeah, Okay, while they're catching their breath, stories go with all these dances. So, long ago time, this is a Cree story. Two tribes, or actually 3 of them, were meeting over up on the upper end of the northern end of the Missouri River in North Dakota, near today what is Mandaree, North Dakota, in that area. Some of my ancestors there, the Cree, Atsina, Plains Cree, meeting with their enemies, the Mandan Hitdotsa and Arikara. And during that time, they were having their dances in the evening. These chiefs were meeting, they were having peace talk, so to speak, so they wouldn't have so many skirmishes. And those skirmishes would happen over hunting grounds and other things like that. So they were trying to figure a way to make peace between the people. There was a man that came into the village at that time, and he was dressed kind of raggedy-like, you know, but he had a good sense of humor. And during the evenings, dances, because they were there for several days, he'd get out and dance with the dancers. And they liked the way he moved. He had a certain smooth way to do his dance, and it made people feel good. And so right away, the first time that the man Dan Hendots, the chief, saw him, they go, "Ah, that's one of ours. Where did you get him? Did you capture him?" And the Cree chiefs go, "No, no, no, no. Our scouts led him into the village, and we fed him and everything, and he comes to dance, and we welcome him in there." And so they said, "That's a good thing then. Let's get your singers out at that drum, your best singers, 4 of them anyway. Give them an honoring song. If you mean it, then we'll see that." And so the Cree chief says, "That's no problem. We can do that." So they got their best singers, 4 of them, just like we have the drum right on Mother Earth right there. By the way, that drum was made in Taos, New Mexico long ago. That's a Taos-style drum, and it was gifted to me by an elder. It's passed on, and I say her name in a respectful manner. Many of you will know who she is, Caroline Wilson. Caroline Wilson. Yeah, she passed that on to me. So this drum's been used in this way all these years since she passed it on to me. And she picked it up in Taos from some elders that made it. It's got the original cover on it. I really am heartbroken to take the cover off because it'll have a different sound, but that's the way it was made. And that's a cottonwood round too, so it's by water. This is perfect. There's water in that. So back to the story. They got out that drum and this man began to dance. And just as you see the 2 Rodolfi brothers dancing out here today, that's what he was doing. And he would mirror his steps. If he went 3 steps to the left, he'd go 3 steps to the right. 2 to the forward, 2 to the back. If he spun around one way, he'd spin around the other way. And they thought, this is good, this is balanced, it makes the people feel good, this is healthy. So with that became a healing dance between the Crees and their enemies, the Mandan and the Dots. And today we know that by way of the Cree story that I've heard from my elders of a healing dance between our people. This is really important today. Know that you in your heart and you in your own DNA, because you're a human being, have the power. Just like in Star Wars, you have the Force. Use the Force, and you will be powerful. Use it. You have it within you. Don't doubt it. Don't look outside of yourself or someone else. You have it within. All that comes from within. You have that drum right in the center of your heart. Use it. You can come to these different gatherings and get to know people too, and don't be afraid to hug them. Don't be afraid to shake their hand. You're not going to get the coup from them. You can't cough on somebody and make them sick unless you want to be. It's in your mind. It's in your mind. Lose the fear. No fear. Lose the fear. And use the Force, Luke. Use the Force. It works. Okay, so boys, you ready for a crow hop? That was my Yoda moment. So, okay. Oh. Yeah. I will. Oh, the Northern Cree one.
No, the young spirit. The young spirit, the one that you like to sing, the older one.
Oh, not that one, not that one.
I know, that's the one that the other one. What's the original? Black hair straight. Okay.
Here we go, 3 times. Had to give one more. Now we got you in shape, huh? But you know, I really have to speak admiringly of our relatives here, the Mexicas. They get those crunches going. Man, that's a lot of getting in shape, man. But you got to be in shape to do these dances. That's why we get health and strength from these dances. It comes from breathing. Breathe deep, and you get your oxygen to your blood. The little girls out here are dancing on that one. Yeah. That's good. That's what we want to see. Yeah. Before we're finished, we'll have you up dancing with us. We'll do a round dance. Good. While the boys are catching their breath, I'm going to ask now for traditional style, which is yours truly. This traditional style has a lot of power in it, too. I danced the dog soldier. I'm on the Blackfeet, we call that the crazy dogs. First into the battlefield, last to leave. And not long ago time, it was known among Plains people from the Kiowa to the Mandan, where this bonnet actually came from. They call it a bird's nest. They use not only hawk's feathers, but also magpie, crow, sometimes eagle, but usually hawk or magpie or crow. That denoted a warrior. And they carried a staff replete with hawk feathers. It had a long scroll that went from it, usually a red cloth or a dyed red leather that went out to about 14 feet in diameter, like about this circle. They take that lance and stick it there. And then they challenge whoever wants to come challenge them, but it's going to be a fight to the death when you get in there with that dog soldier. And that's how it worked. Yeah, so another man that dances this style, he's helping us sing today. It's my little brother there, Waylon. And I have the honors of being able to help him out with his dance outfit. He's got relatives back there that also do great beadwork and outfit making, but I had my hands in his outfit too. I helped make his bustle and his bonnet. He's got a bonnet just like this one, dog soldier bonnet. So that's a little bit about it. And what I have on my back is hawk feathers. Red tail hawk, like my name. It's my namesake, so that's my medicine. You can call on that to dance. And also horse. My mother came from the Wild Horse Cree, Plains Cree, Atsina. And so horse people, horse culture, that's why you see a lot of horse hair on my bonnet and on my bustle. So I'm going to call on the guys to sing me a Okay, good straight one. No duck and dive? You don't want to help them? Okay. All right. What I'm going to do is, okay, give me don't run out of breath, but 3 push-ups, if you can do it. Not 2. 2's not enough. Where's my fan? I need that fan, hon. Thank you. Okay. When you are ready. Traditional powwow song. Northern Plains. Good. It's tough to sit and sing. It's tough to dance too, especially when you're solo. So give Waylon a big round of applause. Got a good voice there. That's what it takes to do it. Good clean pipes, good clean life, no smoking. And he's also a proud dad. He and his wife Amanda have 2 sons that I helped to mentor into this circle. They'll be dancing soon. One's in 1st grade, the other one's in preschool yet. Mateo and Uriah. And his little guy Uriah is a lot like Wade. Shy, but yet talkative. Yeah. You get 2 things in one person, but that's what makes them unique. And so anyway, our whole drum family here is unique, and I miss the girls. We had some girls that were going to be here today, but probably couldn't get out of school. So I'm going to acknowledge them again. They are Mashika and Muskogee Creek, the Viapando family. So wherever they are, they'll be okay. We'll see them here next time. So let's see. I'd like to get one more in there. All right. Boys, I need your help. But before we do this, well, yeah, give them a round of applause. They're going to come out here and dance. We dance, number one, because we love our ancestors. And we love to dance, too. Yeah, makes you feel good to get out here and do this. And there were inspirations when I was a young man like these fellows. For me, older fellows I used to watch dance years ago. Many of them have passed on. Started with the Southern traditional style, which is different than this, what you see here. I've got Southern tribes, extended family as well as in my blood. So started out that way. The late Saginaw Grant, he used to be my friend and roommate too. And he passed. He was a Korean War vet and a cowboy. When he rode in the Oklahoma circuit, like my Uncle Bobby, my mom's older brother, he bronco rode and rode bulls. So he was a tough guy. Sack and Fox he was. And he played basketball too in the all-native league back in the day. You've seen him on television. He was a Southern straight dancer. He was one of my inspirations to watch dance. The great dancer he was. Late Pete Mini Horses Maris. He was Southern Shoshone. He got me started doing this and showing me those steps, the Southern traditional steps, along with the late Les Hand, who was Pawnee. So these are people I'm recognizing that were an inspiration to me to come out into this circle and dance this way. 3 grandpas that have passed on that I miss, and that kind of thing. There's always good to acknowledge them, because they come in and dance with you when you don't feel them, when you don't see them, but you feel them, right? Okay, no, real quick on this dance while the boys are getting up their courage to come dance with Uncle Val. Yeah, that's calling you. That's crow. Lakotas call that kanji kaska, kanji crow. Back in 1876, there was a momentous battle between the Brevet General George Armstrong Custer 7th Cavalry and the Lakota Oyate, Cheyenne, Arapaho, and their allies. What they call the Greasy Grass Battle, late June 1876. It was decidedly won in a half hour. All of Custer's men except for his horse, the horse they call Comanche, was the only one left. He went back on his own. The Crow Scouts and the Rickera Scouts had a vision that would happen, and once they got him into that battlefield, they go, okay, well, long hair, you're on your own now. You're going to get your kick today. We know it. We don't want to be in on that. We got you. We did our jobs. Those guys in that day, they got paid. They were mercenaries. They would get paid to bring these cavalry in there under cover of being ready for a battle or that, to find a campground and that. So they did their job. They went off, went home. Except for Custer's friend, Bloody Knife. Bloody Knife stayed for a little while, but he slipped out of there. He knew it was going to be the end. Matter of fact, just so you know, there were 2 boys that used to be at that drum with me that there are the Hosey boys. They were descendants of Bloody Knife, and I used to hear their story that they had been told from their great-grandparents about what he did as he was a Custer's scout. Now, that's when you talk to the Plains people, there's different stories like that. And so for them, it was kind of a mediocre kind of a thing. They were glad that natives won, but they were their traditional enemies too, so they didn't really say a whole lot about that. So that's from the other's perspective of it. You hear many things, and so you always keep that in perspective, these stories, when you hear them. So these crows, after Custer's battle was over, the Greasy Grass battle, there were bodies laying around all over. The crows were hopping from body to body to body. And that dance became a victory dance. The crow hop. Here we go. That's the story of the crow hop. Let's hop. Got to watch out for them tricky singers. What the hey? Hot dang, Waylon, you got us all. When we contest dance, that's kind of what it goes. We're not dancing against each other, but watching that drum. And so that's the way it goes. How are we doing for time, Mr. Moreno? Okay. Yeah. Catch your breath. Okay. We're going to have y'all come out in our big circle out here. I'll have Jonathan and company help us to do a round dance. Oh, come on, man. He says he's ready to go. He's just kidding. He wants to show you how to do it, because round dance is also universal. Our relatives to the south round dance, the Mexica. Our California relatives do have a round dance. In Canada, we do round dance. And even across the big water,
Friendship dance.
we'll make it a friendship dance with the heartbeats. That means Jonathan will lead it out. At a certain point, you'll be going and following him. Follow right behind him. Come on out. Don't be shy. Come on out. This will be our last one. You're dancing to the heartbeat. Come on out, young people. You olders too. Come on out. Don't be shy. Luna and Luis are there to get pictures. Luna's going to dance. She's leaving it to Luis to take pictures. Her turn to dance, right? Luis has got his camera. He's in the black right there, got a black backpack. They got an indigenous group. They're an Indigenous Council Incorporated, 501c3. And let's not forget about our Indigenous Peoples Recovery over here program with Gerald Arnett and company. Some of them may come and round dance too. So shoulder to shoulder, we're going to make relations, make friends to the heartbeat of that drum. We're going to round dance right now with the heartbeat on that to that. So you dance together. Ricardo, we'll be seeing more of you. He's going to be taking up the cudgels from Professor Moreno. That's what happens. The elders pass on what they learn to the youngers, and they continue to do it as good as they can, if not better. And hey, if that younger bests the elder is more than proud because they had a hand in teaching him. So Ricardo, he's right there next to Mario with his chayotes and turkey feathers, shaking them up. Are you ready to dance? Okay.
Real quick, back then, people used to say that if you do things with the left hand or you're lefty, you're wrong. It's not true. It's actually, if you do things with your left hand or you start to do things with your left foot, it's because you're actually doing it with your heart. So that's how we're gonna start. Left foot, left foot.
Let's just do the Dene Nation then.
Okay, all right. That has a long lead though.
That's okay. That'd be easier to sing because we got the bell. Yeah, let's do that one.
Okay. Good to see all you out there doing that, including Professor Moreno and Linda, and you too, Tristan, and also Luna. Okay, so we're going to just about conclude, I think, at this point in time, get ready to put everything away. So yeah, we'll go ahead and close them out. So I'll have Mario come up and say a few words. Thank you for being here. Look for this on YouTube on the 11th of October, and you can see the replays of this whole event right here. We're glad you all came to be here with us. Yeah? So, on that note, Indigenous Peoples Day, October 11th, will be on YouTube.
Yeah. So, let's have a big round of applause for Battle Shadowhawk. Thank you so much, Val Shadowhawk. Thank you. Waylon, thank you so much for being here today. Let's have a round of applause. If you're not aware, today we're going to be filming. That's why you see the cameras here. And it will be broadcast on the 11th, Monday 11th. That is actually Indigenous Peoples Day, right? Also, Dia de la Raza that we celebrate. Just so that you know, it has a history that goes back to days in which indigenous people were not recognized and were omitted from history, and there was no mention of them. Almost as though it was not enough to remove them forcibly, but you also had to subsume their history and their existence. But the people that once were here continue to be here and will continue to be here. Right? So I wanted to thank a lot of our great allies that have made this possible. The Social Justice Committee, the CAPS Committee, Sarah C. Katz out there, that has been tremendous in just kind of looking out and making sure that the paperwork was done, especially during this time of COVID. We want to recognize Adriana Broger, her broadcasting team that is out here that's going to be putting this together for a broadcast on the 11th, Monday 11th. We do not mention Columbus on this day, by the way. Yep. We want to make sure that we tell an honest history of the people that were once here and continue to be here. So please, let's be honest about what is the history of this continent. I want to continue by recognizing the Associate Student Government, who also have made this possible and have been allies of this event for over 20 years. And we're very thankful for that friendship and that connection that we have. So it's student government that actually continue to be allies with us and continue to recognize the necessity to tell an honest history of the people of this continent. So we want to be thankful to them. And of course, we always are thankful to Jonathan for coming, our Aztec dancers, and Mrs. Medina. We have had a very challenging and difficult year and a half under COVID, right? With the virus and this epidemic. But I want you to consider this as you're going home. Think about the sounds of the beat of the drum, of the words that were spoken today. I also want you to consider that the people of this continent had to confront an epidemic that lasted over 500 years, right? Measles, smallpox, right? All of the different epidemics that they confronted, and they are still here. So you've got to understand the fear that they must have felt, right? And the tragedy that it must have been. And maybe we can contextualize that emotion when you think about the native people of this continent. So with that, I want to thank all of our friends, our allies, Gerald Arnett, right? The founder of Talking Spirits Club here at San Joaquin Delta College, right? Who always comes out here every year and just does a beautiful job in the community. If you get a chance, please go over and talk to Mr. Arnett over there and the wonderful work that they do in the community. So with that, muchas gracias. Que tengan buenas tardes. Blessing. So if you could just stay for one more second.
water. Patekokoli, some. So Philly, Earth, Patekokoli, yay! Pescapipoca, the wind, Patekokoli, Maui! Matthew, the Son, the Creator, Patekokoli, Mapuili! Nancy, from Mother Earth, Nancy Lali, Patekokoli, Chikose! Oh!